Hello, GlitterMagazine. My name is Gardner. I'm here in my home, in my studio, in my everything, and I'm here to answer some questions for you guys. So let's get to it. Can you tell us anything about the 6 new songs that you wrote? So I was lucky enough to be able to go to France for a songwriting retreat put on by ASCAP, which is one of the two really awesome companies for songwriters, and they got 18 people together and would do groups of 3 each day for 6 days, and you would write a song every day. At 10:30 a.m., you'd write the song, and at 10:30 p.m., everyone would listen to what you did. We would also record at the same time, and it's competitive, and it was really fun. I had probably the best week of my life, and I wrote 6 songs in 6 days, and I love all 6 of them. There's definitely going to be some songs on the album, but there's not just 6 new songs. I'm constantly writing all the time. That was just one week that I happened to mention to people, "Hey, I have 6 new songs." So it's going to be fantastic. Any group inspires songwriting in particular? Well, I would say a lot of people would guess, but I would say the Beatles inspire my songwriting the most. They inspire everyone in one way or another. Even if you say you don't like the Beatles, I know you do. Uh, their structures, their beautiful melodies, their charisma, and just the pure musicianship that they bring to their music, everything about them inspires me and inspires my sound. I think it does with everyone. I think they're the greatest band that's ever been. We know your dad was also a musician with The Kind. Have you collaborated with him on anything yet? For those of you who don't know, my dad was in a band in the 80s called The Kind. They were a Midwestern power pop band. And I actually have the record right here. This is their first record. And you can see my computer, nice little reflection on there. But yes, this is, if you could see it, this is The Kind, and that would be my dad right there. um, I love this record, and I love the songs. My dad was the one that made me want to be a musician growing up. I used to see him play shows. I thought, man, I really want to do something. So I would jam with him all the time, and we would learn these songs. As far as in the future with like actually working with him, I want to do a record store day release where I cover his songs from The Kind. I want to do I cover the songs of my dad and make something really cool. I wanted to play bass, so let's hope we get to do that. Okay. How would you describe your sound? It's a hard question, but I would describe my sound as pop rock. I guess it's fun to say, so I like to say that. But I grew up on classic rock, Beatles, Beach Boys, Zombies, Rolling Stones, just fantastic classic rock bands. And I always had this kind of rock sensibility and energy in me. And when I started listening to pop music, when I got to high school, I kind of just naturally kind of blended the two together because those are the two things I listen to the most. So I love big, huge hooks. I love really singable choruses, really fun guitar riffs, very energetic drums and anthemic kind of musical textures. And with me, it's just big, very singable melodies that you can grab out of the sky almost. That's how I would describe my sound. It's easier for someone else to do it. I'd like to hear what other people think. What is your favorite holiday and why? I've been on record saying Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I still stand by that. Just because the entire month of October, I seem to intake more art than I do any other month, because I try to watch a different Halloween kind of scary movie every single night. I pull out all the records in my record collection that seem to have the Halloween kind of tinge to it, or if it's anything in a soundtrack to a Halloween movie. It's always Cramps season for me in October. And I would say come Halloween, my brother and I always do a little concert in our house. We do a bunch of songs that we learned, and then we just kind of throw them all out, and we have a fun get together. And I love dressing up for Halloween. Sue me. We know that you love to collect vinyl records, but do you have a favorite that you love to listen to on repeat? Do I have a favorite vinyl record? I have probably close to 2,000 at this point, and it's asking someone, which year 2000 kids do you love the most? But gosh, I would say the Beatles ones get played the most. Of the Beatles ones, I probably it's so hard. I probably play the White Album the most. I would say my most played record, maybe Odyssey and Oracle by the Zombies, maybe Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. I seem to play those a lot. Um, hard question. Hard question. uh, do you have photos of your studio that's in your bedroom? I'm currently in the studio that's in my bedroom. So this is what it looks like. I was doing some writing earlier, so there's a guitar on the bed. This is my Wurlitzer that I wrote a lot of my songs on. This is new. This is a Juno 60 that I got for this new record that I'm making. I love playing with synths, and I've always wanted to physically, move LFOs and high and low pass filters myself, and it's nice to actually have that. Let's see. Yeah, just a bunch of generic stuff. I mean, I kind of like recording where I sleep in a weird way. Like, if it was up to me, I would have my bed in a recording studio that I owned. There's something about living in the music that is really cool to me. Okay. Can you tell us... Oh, okay. Who is your dream collaboration with? My dream collaboration would be with Vampire Weekend. With anyone in Vampire Weekend, anyone in Fun, or Kanye West, or Taylor Swift. I mean, those working with those people would be really, really awesome for me. Or obviously, Paul McCartney, but that's those are hoop dreams, but someday. Can you tell us about the hashtag Dylan broke up the Beatles? So, hashtag Dylan broke up the Beatles came about when I started my YouTube channel, and I wanted a first video to kind of christen my channel. So I wanted to do something really cool. So I tried to brainstorm with some friends of mine, and I would tell them, like, well, me and my brother, we would just go and, we would go in our living room and we would just, like, jam and play, like, one whole side of a Beatle record, or the whole Beatle record all the way through, like a UK track listing. And we played Abbey Road Side 2 a bunch. And I thought, why don't I do Side 2 of Abbey Road, since it's so strong, and it is the last thing that the Beatles ever did. Abbey Road's their last album, Side 2 is their last side, and we were coming up on the anniversary of the Beatles breaking up, so therefore Dylan broke up the Beatles. We put the video up, and it got on some Beatle vlogs, which made me ecstatic. That was kind of one of the most heartwarming things that I've ever seen happen. It was the fact that some Beatle fans liked what I did, because it's the Beatles, What is one thing your fans might not know about you? I try to be a very open person, and really every day I'm just working on music and trying to do as much as possible. I'd say one thing they don't know about me is, like, I don't get outside much. It seems to be that way. I mean, I record shop, and I guess I'm a bit of a foodie. That's probably maybe, I guess everyone is, but I really enjoy finding, like, hole-in-the-wall restaurants and trying to find some great food, and I'm always the person for a recommendation for places to eat. So if you ever need a recommendation, what do you have planned for the upcoming year? The upcoming year is going to be very awesome. I think it's going to be the best year of my life so far. And to preface that, I'm putting out my second album next year. So let's hope that goes awesome. To me, my second album has always been, like, a very important thing to me. Just growing up, I feel like my whole life I've been focusing on the second album. Don't ask me why, but I feel like that's a very important album for people in their career. And a lot of my favorite albums of all time are the second album by artists. So, how can fans follow you? Well, if you get a good enough GPS tracking device on my shoe, you can kind of follow wherever I go. They can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat at Dylan Gardner. I try to post as often as I can and interact with everyone as often as I can. They can also go on my website, dylangardnermusic.com. They can listen to my first album, Adventures in Real Time, on Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud. Thanks very much, Glitter Magazine.